Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. Today's beer comes from Smuttynose. This is in their Big Beer series. This is their Baltic Porter. Guys, I picked this beer up a couple years ago. This is the 2010 edition. I picked up the 2012 edition a while back, and I've got it in the fridge, and I figured I'd pull this one out. This has been in the fridge cellaring for a couple years, and we'll see how this one has cellared and done over a couple year period. And I'm going to leave that one in there, maybe even a little longer. This one's been, this is a 9% beer. You can cellar these beers for many years, 5, 10. It's not unheard of if it's cellared correctly to cellar a beer that long, and maybe even longer. I mean, the bigger alcohol beers, you get up into the 15, 18%. Those beers are 20, 30 years. I mean, if it's cellared correctly, it's indefinite. So. It depends on the type of beer you're trying to cellar to there. This is the Smuttynose Brewing Company. This is, like I said, the Baltic Porter. This is a 9% beer, rotating schedule on this one. They still make it. The label looks the same. And back then it has a date notched on it. This was in 2010, and it's got the date notched on the bottle. These guys stepped up to the plate several years ago. We got so many of them, they just ain't got a fathom clue of what they need to be doing. These guys had a clue a couple years ago. I don't understand. It just don't make any sense to me why they figure they can make a beer and not put a legible or a legitimate date on the bottle. It just blows my mind that they can get away with that, or just write it in black so nobody can see it unless you got a microscope and you got to empty the bottle to see it then. I mean, it's black writing on a brown bottle with liquid in it. How can you see that very well? Don't make no sense. Blows my mind. The food pairings of this cuisine is barbecue, cheeses are earthy, camembert, fontina. The meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat on this one, guys. The glassware is a pint, Becker Stein, a mug, oversized wine glass. I got the Double glass, guys. I like that on these bigger beers, 9%. It enhances the aromas on these beers. And this beer, it can be cellared for many, many years. So, like I said, I've had this one for 2 years now, and got a 2012 down there waiting to be drank, and it won't happen anytime soon. So let's get the cap off of this puppy. See what this one's got going on. I don't think I've had this. I may have sampled some at Vintage Cellar one time, but it wasn't enough to do justice. Let's get down the center and see what we get. What do you think? Look at that creamy head. Look at that. Look at that. 9% beer, guys. Look at that. That looks like a dessert, does it not? Just a little dollop of whipped cream right there in the center of that. Wee. Over to the light, guys. It is dark. It is pitch black. There is no light coming around the outside edge. It's very dark for a porter, Baltic Porter. From what I understand, they're doing some. It's like a. They're doing this beer and they're doing it in a lager style. So I don't know if they're using lager yeast or cold fermentation or exactly what the lager style would be in this instance. I know what a lager is, and I know what an ale is, and one's top and one's bottom fermenting, and one's fermented at 70 degrees and one's fermented at around 50 degrees. So I know all about that, but I don't know if they're using that yeast or if they're just cold brewing it or something different like that. So then there's so many techniques that you can do beer now. It's just unbelievable. Look at that, it's still sticking around. It's like a creamy, it's almost like a yogurt in the top of the glass. Let's get a nose on it. Whoa, that smells wonderful. Oh man, roasty, chocolatey, bittersweet chocolate, coffee. My ice maker back in there making a lot of noise. we've had a lot of power outages and stuff here, and we've been making additional ice for friends and neighbors. So I've got a separate ice machine that makes ice back there, and it's back there spitting them out, so I can give some more, give some out for free. So that's where you hear the noise clunking in the background. Some of the fans are running earlier, or if you hear that in the background, I've got the ice machine running back there. Wow, that smells wonderful, guys. A lot of chocolatey roasted malt there. Very, I mean, it smells like a stout to me. I cannot, if I was blindfolded, I would say, or if I've seen this and didn't know what it was, I would say it was a stout, not a porter. But porters are more, in a 9% porter, that's like, the reason they made porters is something to be like a 3.5%, 4% beer, so they could drink it while they were working and not get too inebriated. A 9% porter is just the exact opposite of that. You can't drink that while you're working because it's going to knock you down. So, let's see what it is, guys. See, we still got a finger and a half ahead, and I've been flapping my gums 5 minutes. Cheers. Oh my God. That has mellowed extremely well. Oh my gosh. I am not getting any alcohol. Barely a trace. It is mellowed out so well. This is like a 6% beer. I am not lying. Wow. This may be the best porter I've ever drank. Oh my gosh. It's not bitter. It's not too sweet. It's perfect. Wow. I'm blown away. This is awesome, guys. Unless something drastically happens, I'm telling you right now, this is probably a 10. Wow. This is awesome. And I got another bottle of it. Wow. Wow. The aroma is unbelievable. Now, I don't know what it's going to be like fresh. I mean, if I went down and got the 2012 out and poured it in a glass, would it be this mellow? But this 2010 is awesome. So we might take the 2012, and if this has been in there 2 years, we'll leave it in there 4 years, or maybe 5, and see what that's like. Wow, guys. I'm going to sit here, and I still got plenty of this. This is a big bottle. This is a 22-ounce bomber. I know the other half's going to like this. Yep. We're going to let it warm up. I'll be right back. We'll do the final chug on this one. Pretty damn impressive. Hope it don't blow all my hair off before I get back. See you. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. Got just a little bit left in the glass here. I mean, this beer is awesome. World class as far as I'm concerned. It is definitely, I don't know how much better the 2010 is than the 2012, being a younger beer, but this is pretty damn tasty, guys. Probably, I want to come out on a limb and say this is the best porter that I've ever had. So, final chug. Wow. Chocolate. Bittersweet chocolate. Roasted malt. Coffee. I mean, it's got everything you want to taste in a porter. Well, yeah, it's a 10, guys. It's got the date right here on the side. You don't need on something, a 9% beer that's a porter, not an IPA or anything that's going to lose any qualities. The year is good enough. I mean, and it's right there. And they did this 2 years ago. Well, there's beer companies now that's still not doing that. So, guys, it's awesome. And it's a 10. So if you see this, you need to pick this up. Like I said, this one's 2 years old. I don't know how much stronger that the 2012 is going to be tasting that hadn't been selling for this long. So that was awesome. Great Beer has 100 overall and 99 in the style. Those numbers don't get too much better. And Beer Advocate comes up with a 95. And I mean, that's probably the biggest one I've seen from them in 6 months, maybe even longer. And that's their world class rating. So I don't think they get a whole lot better than that. This is pretty tasty, guys. So if you see this or you've had it, leave some comments back on this one. I thought it was pretty damn tasty. I like this one, guys. So come on back tomorrow. We're going to look in the fridge. Hope you can join us then.